Hello, this is Sean Brooks. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation for Cornerstone University. How high is the divorce rate in America? The divorce rate in America is between 40 and 50%. That means that literally nearly 1 in every 2 marriages will end in a divorce. A startling factor is that people that remarry after having their first marriage end in a divorce will have an even higher chance of their next marriage ending in a divorce. Divorce does not discriminate. Divorce is an issue in nearly all religions, races, and economic levels. Due to these factors, you could say that divorce does not discriminate. Divorce is something that so many people are faced with. Divorce impacts the children. Divorce creates a ripple effect. Divorce influences how the child sees themselves. Divorce alters how children interpret the potential of future relationships. As we can imagine, divorce touches many lives. Divorce not only affects the couple in which the divorce is taking place, but also friends and families that surround the couple. Furthermore, the most sensitive relationship that is developing and influenced by the divorce is the parent-child relationship. Challenges for children in divorced families. Challenges exist in all families. However, divorced families face a unique set of challenges. Challenges for children in divorced families include the children having less language stimulation, feeling less pride, receiving less affection, and showing less drive for academic success. Other key issues within the divorced parent-child relationship include fear, isolation, resentment, and blame. Unfortunately, these are just a few of the numerous issues that occur within this relationship. Much of the time, the issues that arise are based on the previous parent-child relationship, the cause of the divorce, and the age of the children. Each situation is unique. However, the parent can still prepare themselves for all of the issues possible. It is beneficial for the parent to familiarize him or herself with as many issues as possible as to comfort the child with an age-appropriate response. Specific age-appropriate responses. Ages 4 and under. At this age, it is vital to provide as much stability and continuity of care as possible. Similar routines are of a great benefit to this age group. The teenage children, however, need to be reminded that they are not the parent to the younger siblings now that the divorce has taken place. Although these things are more important at different ages, they are still extremely important to everyone regardless of the age. Responses to divorce on the parent's end is crucial to the proper development of the child and the way they see their future relationships. Next, let's take a look at the story of Sarah, Hagar, Isaac, Ishmael, and Abraham. A biblical example of a relationship that, for the purpose of this presentation, we will call divorce is Hagar, Abraham, and Ishmael. The story of Abraham and Hagar can be summed up a bit like this. Abraham was promised he would become a great nation by God. His wife, Sarah, basically replied, "No way, Abraham, I'm far too old for that. Sleep with my servant Hagar to receive this son." So, Abraham did as Sarah requested of him, and for all biblical purposes, the act in and of itself, sex, is a binding marriage act. Therefore, in this way, Abraham does take Hagar as his wife. Hagar produces their son, Ishmael. Later, Sarah, much to her surprise, becomes pregnant herself and gives birth to Abraham's promised son, Isaac. Sarah later says, "Abraham, Ishmael is picking on Isaac. Send that family away from here." Abraham does find compassion and does not harm them directly, but instead sends them away. We can examine that Hagar could blame Ishmael, wishing that he was never born. However, she does not. She begs God to not let her even hear the cries of her son, as she assumes that they will die. For the purpose of this presentation, we will stop the story here. So let's process what is happening here from Ishmael's perspective. His mom is still loving and caring for him to the best of her ability. His father is sending him away, and we can imagine Ishmael probably feels like his dad is just saying, "Well, I hope you make it, kiddo." Now, as with every marriage, it has its own uniquenesses, and we could sit here all day and critique about how Abraham did this or that got him into this messy relationship with Hagar. However, let's just look at this from a simple perspective. If divorce cannot be avoided, what is the overall need from the children that we can see here from this biblical story? Communication. Communication is key and absolute essential for a child to be able to move forward. So, a couple questions I have for you guys are, what are some gentle ways that we can encourage children that they are not the reason for the divorce? Another question I have, what could be a gentle and loving way to inform the children that their parents' marriage is coming to an end? So, where does all of this leave us? In closing, it is vital for a divorced couple to be co-parents, not to rely on the children to be the communicator between the divorced couple, and to ensure that the children continue living their lives in the most usual state possible. Overall, we can see that children will benefit when the two parents will communicate and allow the children to be children. Thank you for listening to my presentation.